Good morning, fellow investors. This is Joe Gruender at Investors Help. Today is Memorial Day 2013, so on behalf of all of those who have served the United States military, I'd like to thank you for your years of service. To those who gave their lives, unfortunately they won't hear this video, but we do appreciate that they have given the ultimate for their country, so thank you. As a 20-year Air Force veteran, I can say that I am most proud to have served in the Air Force, had a wonderful career, and I'm thankful for the time that I did serve. I've received several requests to present a video on technical analysis. So I went back into my archives to pull out this presentation that I gave a couple years ago to a group of retirees at the Lockheed Martin Retirees Investment Group. These are a group of men and women who are investors. However, many of them really don't use technical analysis. So I thought I would share with them a perspective on technical analysis in hopes that I could encourage them to consider using technical analysis. So let's go through this presentation with you today. Here's the standard disclosure and disclaimer statement. If you'd pause the video and please take a view of this, I'd appreciate it. One of the things that we can do to really improve our technical analysis ability is to study price charts. There's a sequence that I use in performing my technical analysis, and the first thing I do is to determine if the markets are in an up or down trend. So in other words, we want to understand by studying the trend of the market. Then we want to check on the health of the applicable sector. Now, a couple days ago, I put out another video called IBD, which stands for Investors Business Daily, CANSLIM Industry Groups. So in lieu of being limited to maybe 8 or 10 sectors, Investors Business Daily breaks stocks into 197 industry groups. I would encourage you to look at that video because it will help you focus in not only the best sector, but the best of 197 individual industry groups. So check out that video, please. Then we must select and apply our technical analysis techniques. We should have a trading plan, both for entry and exit decisions. We should then perform, once we have a plan, we must make sure we then perform our entry and exit analysis based upon our plan. I highly encourage you to record your results in a lessons learned journal. So, I encouraged everyone at this meeting a couple years ago to keep an open mind and let's give technical analysis a try. This video will focus on support and resistance. So the first thing I like to do is to begin looking at monthly charts and drawing a support line and a resistance line. Looking at this chart, we can see this is Lockheed Martin LMT. It's where these gentlemen and I used to be employed, so Lockheed Martin is always of interest to us. And I drew in a couple horizontal lines. The first one is in the spring of 2000, we had support at $16.38. Then I also draw in a horizontal line at resistance, which is at $120.30. So you can see here that we had support and resistance between 120 as a high and approximately $16 as a low. Then I drew in, as you can see, a channel. Price was bouncing back and forth within this channel between the year 2000 and roughly 2000, end of 2008. So that is our monthly channel and our monthly support and resistance. So the next thing I do, I go in and I draw lines for the weekly high and low channel based on a weekly chart. So as you can see here, the weekly high for this period of time, that's basically from October of 2008 through October of through 2010, we had a weekly high of 87.18. I draw a horizontal line there, and then a weekly low of 57.41. So now we have a weekly channel to give us a perspective of where price has been on a weekly basis for this time period. Next, we go to a daily high and low channel in blue using daily prices. The weekly and daily resistance is approximately $86. The daily support between this period of time, October of 2009 through October 2010, is between $67.50 and $68.50. So from this chart, you can quickly see that price is at support. In particular, daily support, because it is 69.40, which is very close to the 67.50 to 68.50. So we see that price is in the daily channel and it is at the bottom of the channel. So either price at this time is going to bounce off of this support, or it's going to penetrate through the support and go lower. As we can see here, price has already tested this support line once, twice, three. So we're at the fourth time. In fact, we could say the fifth time, because we just a week or so before this time, it bounced off support again. So looking at this chart, we can see price is currently at support, and if we're going to consider an investment, this would be a good time to consider going long. In other words, buying this LMT stock. Next, I go to a chart, a price chart of Lockheed Martin on a 60-minute price chart. Once again, we can see that price just bounced off of support. We're now into, looks like mid-December of 2010, and prices just bounced off. So this is probably a good time to make a purchase. So what do? We do our analysis to get a perspective of Lockheed Martin stock on the 2nd of December 2010. As we can see, looking at the monthly support and resistance, the perspective is that price is in the mid-channel range. Is this the time to enter Lockheed Martin? Well, from a monthly perspective, we're moving sideways. There's no action for now. When looking at the weekly support and resistance lines, it's the same as the monthly. It's the same as the monthly also. We're moving sideways, no action for now. When we look at the daily support and resistance lines, price is at support. It could be a risky trade at this time if we decide to enter. However, let's look at the 60-minute analysis. Price is at support. It's moving up. It just moved through the 23.6 Fibonacci level. we could take a 3 to 5 day trade and place a stop below support. How about from a daily moving averages standpoint? Well, price is below all the moving averages with overhead resistance. No long-term investment at this time from a daily perspective. From a weekly perspective, as far as moving averages are concerned, price is below the moving averages, and the moving averages have not yet turned up. So if you're a conservative investor, at this time you would wait. Now, here's a conservative opinion. It's not time for an investment in Lockheed Martin stock as of the 2nd of December. However, a risky short-term trade is possible for a trader. So at that time, I wanted to put a trade on to show the members of the Lockheed Retirees Group what is possible. So therefore, based upon the 60-minute support and resistance chart, I determined that a risky short-term trade would be possible as a trader. Therefore, my plan was to put on a 3 to 5 day trade, and I would place the stop just below the support. So if price broke the support line, I would be automatically taken out. So as a trader, I wanted to go ahead and buy Lockheed Martin. So here are the details of the trade. On the 1st of December, I bought 200 shares of LMT at $69.50. The total cost was $13,908.95. I held on to the stock more than 3 to 5 days. In fact, I held on to it until the 24th of January 2011, and then I sold the shares at $78.82. The sales details was $15,574.75. Profits for this trade was $9.32, or a profit of 13.4%. I held the trade for 55 calendar days. So when you annualize a profit of $18.45 over an annual basis, the annualized profit was 88%. So that's pretty good. I'm sure many of us would be most happy with an 88% profit on an annualized basis for a 55-day trade or investment. Just to show everyone at the meeting I was not fudging, I did show them my results, which documents the fact that I got in at $69.50. I sold at $78.82, made a profit of $1,845.80, I guess it is, in that short period of time. What happened to Lockheed after I got out of the trade? As you can see here, I got out of the trade, as we saw on the previous chart, on the 24th of January. Now, why did I get out of the trade? As you can see here, I got out of the trade way too soon. So it shows you that even a very experienced trader or investor can have problems. My problem here was I wanted to prove to this group that you could make a profit, a nice profit, in a short period of time using technical analysis. So I did not follow my rules, which would have kept me in the trade until we got a lot closer to the high price of $87.28. Not necessarily right there, but it did hit resistance. As you can see, back in June, that was the resistance that had been established at that time. So there definitely was resistance around $86, so I should have gotten out a lot closer to $86. So once again, here's an example of where I didn't follow my rules. I didn't execute the trade properly. Yet I want to share with you that my emotions got in the way. So live and learn. Doing this analysis did definitely help, and I shared this also with the group that I did get out too soon. So we live and we learn. I'd like everyone to consider using technical analysis. If you have not used it, do some research, do some study on the subject of technical analysis. Today I just talked about support and resistance. It's very, very basic. However, you have to remember that technical analysis is not the holy grail. In other words, it will not guarantee you a profit in every trade. There are several other things that you must consider in addition to technical analysis, such as money management, risk analysis, setting your stops, and a variety of other things that make up part of technical analysis. However, technical analysis does add timing after you do fundamental analysis. First, pick out stocks that have good fundamentals. One way of doing this, of course, is to follow like the IBD, Investors Business Daily, CANSLIM trading methodology or strategy. This will ensure that you get into stocks that have good fundamentals. Also, technical analysis offers a different perspective on price action. So by applying various indicators or support and resistance lines, you will get a better perspective, a better feel for the price action of the underlying stock. It'll give you a heads up as far as what's going on in the stock. It is a welcome addition to both an investor's and a trader's toolkit. So whether you short-term trade, whether you day trade, or whether you invest over weeks or months or years, technical analysis will be a welcome tool for you. I encourage everyone to try technical analysis, to learn it, to study it, and then to apply it. In closing, I'd like to remind you that I do have a channel referred to as Channel Joe Gruender. You can subscribe to it by clicking on the subscribe or join button on youtube.com. I have a variety of videos. They're grouped by IBD strategies, sector surfer. We have interesting videos for investors. We also have fun or stress relief videos to help you when it's time to take a break from the market. So please check it out. I'll look forward to having you subscribe so you can get an advance notification on future videos issued by Investors Help. So have a blessed Memorial Day. I'll look forward to talking to you again. Thank you. Bye for now.